Good morning. This is Caitlin from the Creation Museum, and we're in the petting zoo again this morning with the zoo supervisor, Leanne. And we asked for your questions on social media for kind of a Q&A with Leanne. So send in some more questions while you're watching, and we'll try to answer those too. So, hi, Leanne.
Hi.
Hi. So the first question that we got was, how many and what animals are currently in the petting zoo, and will more be added?
Okay, so currently we have about 30 animals here in the petting zoo. We have 2 dromedary camels, we have a zorse and a zonkey, we have a variety of goats and sheep. We have right now 7 goats and 4 sheep. We also have Jersey steer and a mini donkey, and then we have alpacas, 2 alpacas and a wariso. Wariso is a hybrid between a llama and an alpaca. We've got 2 coatis, 2 wallabies, and then we've got a variety of chickens, some ducks, and some peafowl.
Awesome.
And in the future, right now what we're looking at is adding some more small encounter animals. So right now we have a bearded dragon named Mushu. We use him for animal encounters. So in the future we're going to be looking at adding some more small animals like that to kind of do encounters with. So here, hopefully the next year, you'll start to see some more animals at the Creation Museum. So we'll let you know when we add some new animals to the collection.
Awesome. We got some around us right now.
Yeah, so these are our goats, most of our goats and our sheep. So as part of their enrichment, we put them up in our camel ride arena. You might recognize this as our camel ride track. So there are lawnmowers. They come up here and eat the grass for us, and they also get to play. A little bit earlier, all the goats were standing on top of our statue of our crocodile up here, and they love playing and jumping off of him, and sometimes even sticking their heads in his mouth. So I've got some really good pictures of them doing silly things. So these are our baby pygmy goat boys here. They're growing up. They're growing up fast. They're over 6 months old now. So Tumnus is here in the red collar, and then Peter has the blue collar up there. He's kind of the tan and white one. And then Edmund has his back turned to us right now. He's got a green collar on. He's right there next to our rat-type kind bird over there.
Awesome. So you mentioned Mushu, the bearded dragon. He's a recent addition, right?
Yes, Mushu is a bearded dragon. He's about a year old. And so we use him as an encounter animal. So what we will do is we'll bring him out once or twice a day. Usually over the summer we were bringing him out about 3 times a day. Letting kids pet him, ask questions about him, just teaching a little bit more about just a really cool little animal. So he's really great. We really love him. He makes a great addition to our zoo family here.
Awesome. Do you have a special place in your heart for any particular animal here, or kind of a favorite?
Yes, my favorite animals, without a doubt, are the coatis. So coatis are in the same family as the raccoon, same animal kind. They're native to Central and South America. I actually bottle raised our female Sophie. We got her at about 4 weeks old, and I bottle raised her, and she lived with me and my husband up until she was about 6 months old, and she came to live at the museum full time. So I have a very, very special place in my heart for them. They're very intelligent animals. They really enjoy training. They love interacting with people. So Sophie especially, if you come and visit, she will actually come down and be kind of at the corner. We have a glass wall where you can kind of see in their exhibit. She'll come down and sit there and kind of just interact with guests. She'll like push her nose up to the glass and want to check you out. So she's my little girl. So she's definitely my favorite animal here. I really love all these guys though. These are all my babies. So I have a special place in my heart for each and every one of these animals.
Who's this?
This is Ike. Ike is a Nigerian dwarf goat. He is about 5 years old, so he's been at the petting zoo since he was a little baby. So you'll sometimes see him in our petting area in the middle of the zoo. Neat fact about this guy is when he gets tired of being in our petting area, he can actually open the gates and let himself out. So he'll actually let himself out and then walk back over to his normal enclosure and just stand at the gate and wait for us to open the gate for him. So he's a little smarty pants. Sometimes too smart for his own good.
So we have the babies. Do we have babies every spring, summer at the zoo?
It just depends on what our needs are. This coming spring we'll our pygmy goats, Bindi and Lick Lick. They're actually retiring this fall. They're going to go and live at the house of one of our staff members. They're about 9 years old, and they have put in over 8 years of letting kids pet them and interact with them. As they're getting older, we want them to just have a nice retirement. So they're actually retiring this fall. So next spring we'll probably be adding in some more goats. So we prefer to get them as babies because that way we can, not only are they cute and fun for the guests to watch, but we can also do more training with them, get them used to walking on leashes, just doing a variety of different behaviors that would be a little bit more difficult to teach an older goat.
Now, what animals do you think that
You can interact with pretty much all of the animals. The only area where you can actually go in and interact with the animals is our petting area. It is in the center of our zoo. So normally during the day we have some goats in there. We also will have some chickens out in there usually if the weather's conducive, so not too hot, not too cold. But all the other animals guests can pet and interact with as they come up to the fence. We always tell guests, it's up to the animals if they want to come up and interact with you or not. So you can pet our camels and our Zorse and Zonky. We do have a rail between them and visitors, so they are pushed back a couple of feet off the fence. That is just for visitor safety and also just to keep our animals happy and not stressed out having people right up in their faces all the time. But you can interact with all of them. With the camels and with the Z's, we do animal encounters with them several times a week. So what we will do is we get some lettuce out, and with Zoe and Cletus, or Zorse and Zonky, we will actually do mini training sessions. So we do target training with Zoe and Cletus. So it's good for them, it gives them something to do, and it's good for us because it helps strengthen our bond between Zoe and Cletus. So we'll actually have kids help us with our target training. So what we will do is have the animals target a stick. We have a tennis ball on the end of a pole that we have them touch with their noses, and then once we tell them good, we'll have the kids actually give them the lettuce to reward them. So it's really fun. It really gets the kids engaged, and that way we can teach them a little bit about animal training and just kind of how we train here at the Creation Museum. With the camels, we do camel encounters once again with lettuce. So we'll let kids and adults, basically anybody of any age can do any of these encounters, come up and feed the camels, get a chance to pet them, and just then ask any questions that you have about them. A lot of times I like to talk about just some of the cool creature features that camels have that help them survive in the desert. So those are just two really cool ways that you can get to interact with the animals. And we do those animal encounters daily. Now it does depend on the day. So some days we might do camel encounters and then not do a zebra encounter or vice versa. So we have schedules posted at the entrance, at both our entrances to the zoo, that kind of let you know what's going on during the day. So.
Great. Yeah. So speaking of the animal encounters, then we did a camel ride last week, and we actually did have a couple questions after that about the camels. So somebody asked, are camels as calm as they seem? I think CJ seemed pretty calm in the video.
CJ was on his best behavior. No, camels are generally very calm, very easygoing animals. Now, just like with any animal, they like to have fun. They'll play, they'll run around. In the snow especially, so when it snows in the winter, CJ and Gomer both love running around and almost like bouncing in the snow. It's really fun. And also when we take them out to our turnout field, a lot of times they'll run around in the grass, and we have an area out there that they will actually kind of really dust bath bathe in. So usually they'll run out there and like flop down and then be taking a dust bath. So normally, yes, camels are very calm, but they also do have a frisky fun side as well.
How much weight can a camel hold, somebody asked?
According to Arabian culture, a camel can hold the weight of another camel on its back.
Wow.
So camels can weigh anywhere from our camels weigh about 1,300 and 1,400 pounds respectively. So in theory, they could carry that much weight on their backs. However, here we would never ask them to carry that much weight. Our weight limit for our rides is about 250 pounds. Now that is flexible, and it also just depends on how many rides they've done that day as well. But they are very strong animals. Their backs are definitely designed for carrying people and cargo. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about some of the animals' personalities here at the petting zoo?
So, just like our dogs and cats all have their own little unique quirks, all of our animals here each have their own personalities. So, Probably the one with the biggest personality, I would say, is probably our miniature donkey, Ella. She's got a really big personality. She's really fun to work with. Guests love interacting with her. She's always very friendly, is always up at the fence wanting attention. Mostly she wants food, but she also likes getting petted as well. We'll actually bring her up into this camel ride arena, and we'll actually have her run laps, which she loves. She'll be bucking and kicking and running around. She has a great time with it.
Oh, wow.
And they demonstrated the running. And so she also, if she sees one of us zookeepers coming with some food, some treats, she'll actually start doing her little sad braying, begging for food. So she's got a really big personality. She's really fun to work with. CJ the camel also has a he's really fun. We'll put enrichment items, so we give him boxes. We'll give him like boxes, cardboard boxes. Our lettuce comes in. We'll put those in the exhibit for him, and he has a ball. He'll just carry it around. He'll shake it. He just has a blast. So he's really fun for our guests to watch. Our Zonky Cletus and our Zor Zoe also have really big personalities. Cletus, he's a handful. Once again, when we put enrichment in for him, a lot of times we put puzzle feeders that have treats in them, and so once it's empty, he'll actually pick it up and start carrying it around his exhibit. I think he's trying to tell us, hey, it's empty, I need more. So if you come out to the zoo, you'll definitely see a whole variety of animal personalities out here, and of course the goats and sheep are always a blast to watch.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
One of our viewers asked where this is located. The petting zoo is at the Creation Museum located in Petersburg, Kentucky. And the petting zoo admission is included with your general admission, right?
Yes, it is.
And camel rides are an additional cost.
Yes, camel rides are $5 per rider. Right now we're doing them Sunday through Saturday after Labor Day week. Labor Day week will be our last full week of camel rides. After that we'll be cutting back to Thursday through Saturday, and then probably doing another day earlier in the week, whatever our highest attendance looks like it's going to be.
And if you have any questions, feel free to send those in for Leanne, and we can try to answer those right now. Another question: what is the most interesting thing that our animals eat?
It depends on the animal. So all of our hoof stocks, so animals with hooves, we do enrichment for them. A lot of the enrichment we do for them has to be food-based because that's what they're most interested in. So we make animal popsicles, we make fruit popsicles. We've done I know we've done some posts and done some Facebook Lives showing kind of how we do the animal popsicles, so that's really fun for them. I think the coolest thing to eat is bamboo. So when our grounds department, after a storm or something comes through and some of the bamboo gets knocked down, they'll bring it to us. And pretty much all of our animals love bamboo. Our Zorse and Donkey will actually pick it up and carry it around the exhibit with them and eat it as they're walking around the exhibit. So our goats and sheep love it as well, and our wallabies love it. Also banana leaves. So once again, if we have storm damage or something and some of the banana leaves fall down in the gardens, our grounds department will bring us those. Our wallabies actually love a banana leaf, so I'll hang them up for them, and then they'll just kind of play with them, eat on them all day. So guests love watching that. So those are just some of the cool, fun things we feed our animals.
What are some of their favorite trees?
Pretty much everybody loves apples, carrots, sweet potatoes. Those are some of the big favorites. Our coatis, since they are omnivores, one of my favorite things to do with them is put crickets in just paper bags, and then we just kind of put them around the exhibits, and they'll carry those bags around and work at getting the crickets out. I actually had our male Waldo. He's a little bit of a klutz. He got his head in the bag and he fell off a branch.
Oh, wow.
And he was fine, but it was kind of fun to watch him. He just got so into those crickets, he had to get those crickets. So
Nothing else mattered.
Nothing else mattered, just those crickets. He did get all the crickets, thankfully. So,
Great.
So yeah, that's just one of the many things that we do with our animals. So,
Awesome. Which animal in the zoo is the oldest, and which would be the youngest?
okay, our oldest member of the zoo is tied between our camel Gomer, who is 11 years old, and can't really see her. She's kind of down over the hill there, but Midnight is a Shetland sheep, and she's probably about 10 or 11 years old. She came from a rescue, so we're not quite sure exactly how old she is, but we believe she's 10 or 11. And then our youngest animals would be tied between our pink and goat babies here, which are about 6 months old, and right now we have two baby peacocks. They're called peachicks when they're babies. them, you might not. Their mom kind of takes them wherever, and so you may or may not see them when they're here. But you can definitely visit our baby pygmy goats.
Great. You mentioned the zebroids a while back. Is that what that's called?
Yes. So zebra hybrids are referred to as zebroids. So we have a zorse, which is a hybrid between a horse and a zebra, and a donkey, which is a hybrid between a donkey and a zebra.
And we have one of each?
Yes, we have one of each. So Zoe is our zorse. Her mom was a quarter horse, and her dad was a Grant zebra, which is a subspecies of the plain zebra. And then our zonkey, his mother was a mammoth donkey. Mammoth donkeys are just the largest variety of donkey. And his dad was also a Grant zebra.
Awesome. So while we're waiting for some more questions to come in, would you mind maybe taking us around a little bit?
Yeah. We'll go and explore the zoo a little bit here. We'll try not to let any goats and sheep out.
So feel free to send in your questions for Leanne about the animals that we have here at the petting zoo at the Creation Museum.
Okay, so these are our dromedary camels. This is Gummer and CJ. Gummer is the one that is closer to us, and then CJ is the one turning around, and he's probably going to come over here and say hi. He's very curious, so he likes to always see what's going on, if there's any treats in it for him. So you notice we've got grass growing in their exhibit. So this is really healthy for them. Gives them something to graze on, and it also controls some of the water runoff, so it keeps our exhibits a little bit drier. We have grass here to absorb some of the water. And hi to everybody, CJ. He says, "You got any treats for me?" Any treats at all?
Do these guys like apples too?
Yes, these guys will eat apples whole. They can also eat carrots whole. I've seen them eat a whole sweet potato.
It's funny. It doesn't seem like they would like apples maybe necessarily because they're a little more exotic.
Oh, every animal I've met has loved apples. So this guy actually wasn't quite sure what to do with the apples when we first got him. So we had him on the trailer. We're bringing him back to the museum, and we offered him an apple, and he kind of just spat it out because he didn't know what to do with it because he had never had an apple before. But once we finally got him to try it, after that, yeah, he decided he really likes apples. Another thing is we'll give them actually whole heads of romaine lettuce as well, and I'll do that in front of guests during a camel encounter, and they're always shocked that he can eat a whole head of lettuce. But camels have very strong jaws, so they are able to crunch and eat large pieces of produce easily. Normally we chop them up just so they have to take one to feed them, but they've got quite the jaw, so they're good at eating lots of large objects. Okay, we'll walk down and see our horse and donkey to see if they'll come over to the front door. I've got some lettuce down here for them. You see here in the camel exhibit we have sand. So sand is something that the camels love since they normally live on sand. You give a camel some sand and he's the happiest thing in the world. They'll actually roll in it, kind of use it as a dust bath, help insects off, and then also helps itch their skin a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to have two of my zookeepers go and grab us 2 target sticks, and then they're going to show us, they'll go ahead and show us kind of what we do for zebra animals. Kind of show us what we've trained our horse and donkey to do. So the donkey is on the right, gray with really, really long ears. His name is Venus, and then the horse is the brown one. Her name is Zoe. doing with them. So you can see we have them touch the tennis ball on the end of the stick, and then once they do that, once they finish the behavior, they get rewarded for it. So here we're teaching Zoe how to say yes, so nod her head, and then Cletus, we're teaching him to no, so he actually shakes his head side to side. So it's a work in progress, but we just like to do fun little things with them because, as I said, it's really fun for them to learn, and it helps us build a relationship between our keepers and our animals, which is very important. I've got a lot of new keepers here. A lot of our keepers that were here actually went down to Ararat Ridge Zoo at ARC, so we're having to build some new relationships with some new keepers and our animals here at the museum.
Can you tell us what kind of animals people can expect to see at the ARC?
Yes, at the ARC we've got quite a range of animals. We've got some zebras, some full zebras down there, so you can visit here and then visit ARC and just see the differences and the similarities between our Zorks and Zonky and Grant zebras down there. There's also emus down there, which are really fun animals to watch. They're just a blast. They're just really fun animals. And then there's also some yaks down there, which are really super cool animals. There's a petting area down there with a bunch of goats. My personal favorite is a little mini La Mancha named Malchus. So La Manchas are goats that have been bred to have very small or basically no ears. So they look like their ears have been cut off. They have not. It's just how the breed looks. Anyway, I just have a special relationship with Malchus, the goat down there. So if you go down to Ararat Ridge Zoo and go check out the goat, say hi to Malchus for me. And then we also have red kangaroos. So we have wallabies here, and we have kangaroos at ARC. So we have 3 females and a male down there. And the male is quite large, so he's a pretty impressive looking fella. And then we also do camel rides and donkey rides at ARC as well. And also, if you get lucky, you might get to see the hedgehogs. They're using some hedgehogs for encounter animals down there. We also have a tortoise, an African spur tortoise down there as well. So some really neat and fascinating animals. So make sure to visit the Creation Museum Zoo and Ararat Ridge Zoo because we have some really cool animals at both locations. You'll enjoy both locations immensely. So yeah, that was a little training session, a little mini training session, target trainings. Thanks to Caitlin and Heather, my 2 keepers, that were willing to jump in the middle of cleaning and do a little mini training session for us.
It's really cool. Thank you.
Just how to do that.
All right, well, thank you so much for your questions today, and thank you, Leanne, for answering those and showing us around and letting us see the target practice. That was fun.
Yep. So yeah, come out and visit us here at the Creation Museum Zoo.
Thank you.